What's good, y'all? It's your boy, brother Jariah, and we're back with another video. Now, y'all can probably tell by my voice. I'm just waking up again. It's like around 11 o'clock. It ain't looking too good for your boy Joseph Budden. It ain't looking too good at all. This week ain't his week at all. You know what I'm saying? Maul and Rory made their video talking about the bullshit that Joe is doing, you know, and how they were treating and stuff like that as far as like accounting and things go. You know. And you know, Joe tried to come back on a podcast with his fucking therapist. We don't even know what that's her. I don't even know if that's Joe's real fucking therapist. Who is that female? Who is that bitch? You don't know who she is. You don't know who she is. Hell, she could have just been a female that Joe just met. You don't know that that's his real fucking therapist. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga Joe always bringing females on the show that he want to fuck. Speaking of fucking, today, I don't know if it was last night or today, Olivia Dope, excuse me, Olivia Dope also came out of her house, wherever she came from. I think she actually got, at least she actually thinks she left. She left to see the thing is podcast like 3 months ago. Something like that. And she finally gave us her reasoning and her truth to why she left the podcast with receipts. And I'm gonna put that video at the end, at the very end, after I get doing my rant and everything I gotta say. I'm gonna let y'all see what Olivia Dope said herself. Even though I'm gonna kind of summarize it up for you a little bit. Even though my summary might be a little fucked up. But I believe what Olivia Dope said is true. Every single thing she said on this video, I fucking believe her. She had receipts, bro. She had receipts with her. Actual receipts with her, bro. Like, yeah, all this shit happened, and I give y'all the timestamps on the video. And I know exactly which video she's talking about. So pretty much Olivia Dope said that she left the podcast because Joe made her feel uncomfortable because she was getting sexually harassed on the podcast by Joe that made her feel uncomfortable. And I know which episode she's talking about. It was the episode of the See the Thing Is podcast where Joe had just brought in the Girl I Guess podcast. And I don't think he just brought them in, and he just, he was rolling out their podcast, doing a rollout for them. And Joe Budden went on to that episode, went on the See the Thing Is podcast, because the girls kind of felt the type of way because they wasn't really given the same rollout as the Girl I Guess podcast. They kind of felt the type of way about it. There's a couple of things I want to talk about before I go any further. I want to talk to Joe Budden. Joe Budden. Who the fuck is this texting me? Let me turn my shit off. Cause y'all niggas don't want to text me until I'm doing some shit. Fuck y'all. But Joseph Budden. Everything that she said is the truth, bro. And I know it's the truth. You are a sick, nasty fucking individual. And I've been saying this. You creepy ass nigga. You a creep, nigga. You have a Hall of Fame creep badge, bro, at this point. You already got the Hall of Fame narcissistic badge. You already got the Hall of Fame burning bridges with my connections badge. You already got that. And now you got a Hall of Fame, a gold, almost Hall of Fame, creepo badge. In the past, well, how he treated women in the past has been well fucking documented. But for some odd reason, we look at it and be like, damn, that's fucked up, Joe. And afterwards, we just bat an eye at it. This nigga Joe is a fucking creep, bruh. A fucking sicko. A fucking psychopath. This nigga, if this don't get, I'm not even gonna be surprised if Joe get canceled after this. I'm not even gonna be surprised. I'm not. Cause all the shit that's been going on this week alone, from you following Rory and Maul, from Rory and Maul then making a video, and then Olivia Dope either last night or today releasing the video about what happened to her on that set of the See the Thing Is podcast, just uploaded either yesterday or today. Bro, it ain't looking too good for you, Joe. It's really not. It's not looking too good for you at all. Y'all could probably hear the anger in my voice, cause this nigga Joe fucking up. This nigga Joe is a fucking clown. A fucking clown. If anybody ain't brave enough to say it, I will say that. That nigga is a fucking clown, a fucking creep, and a fucking idiot. And the gall this nigga has to bring in his therapist for damage control. We don't give a fuck about that bitch. We don't care about her. You want to bring that in so you can save face. No, nigga. No, Joe. What's next? Here we gonna come out her claws and talk shit about you next? Everybody in the world talking shit about you. From Kevin Hart. That nigga Kevin Hart be buying his business. You know what I'm saying? So what's that nigga name? I forgot his name. He used to be on Wild 'N Out. Let me Google it real quick while I'm on a who is that nigga? I'm trying to figure out what's that nigga name. No, it ain't him. Fucking Afion Crockett clowning your ass. We haven't seen Afion Crockett in a good little minute. He's talking shit about you too. But anyways, into the video. Olivia Dope talks about the time about that particular episode where Joe came in into the See the Thing Is podcast, and all the females felt the type of way about the rollout that the Girl I Guess podcast was getting, and how they didn't get that same rollout when they came. They pretty much was just given to the waters, but nobody give a fuck about both them podcasts. Fuck both them podcasts. Fuck both of them. I've been saying fuck See the Thing Is podcast when Olivia Dope left, because I didn't give a fuck about that shit. I didn't give a fuck about that fucking podcast. And I don't give a fuck about the Girl I Guess podcast. Fuck both them podcasts. So she goes in and talks about there's some deleted scenes and stuff from the video that doesn't air. She talks about those while also talking about the scenes that were included in the episode. This nigga from Olivia Dope's mouth, she said that Joe would make jokes about him wanting to fuck her. I'm gonna say it again. This nigga Joe made jokes to Olivia Dope about wanting to fuck her because he felt like she was the only female that he hasn't fucked yet. That came from Olivia's mouth. You're gonna see it at the end of the video because I'm gonna add the video in here at the end. Constant jokes that made her feel uncomfortable, and she said when Joe made that comment, everybody laughed. From the two other girls, Bridget, Kelly, and whoever the fuck the other bitch is. I don't even know what her name is. And we gonna get into Bridget Kelly in a minute too. Fuck that bitch too. Everybody in her co-host and everybody in production just pretty much just laughed at it. Right? So in Olivia's mind, she's like, oh, okay, maybe there's nothing wrong with it, ha ha ha, a little jokey joke, Joe. But it kept happening, bro. Kept happening. You know what I'm saying? This nigga Joe talking about he wanted her and Olivia to be a power couple. You know what I'm saying? He over there talking about Olivia don't dress like she's single. All types of bullshit. Like, what the hell? Who the hell says that? Like, who the hell really actually says that? Then she talks about they took a break. They took a break in between that episode. They took a break. They would shoot the rest of the rest of the podcast later that day too. So, and in Olivia's mind, she's creeped the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? She pretty much knows she's being sexually harassed, right? And during that break, in the little break room they have on the side or whatever, Joe asked her like, "Hey, bro, you good?" Because like Olivia was looking like she was just uncomfortable, and in her mind she was gonna say no, but she didn't want things to to get ugly. You know what I'm saying? To escalate even more. But she was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm fine." And then I guess Joe told to her that yeah, I'm gonna give everybody hugs, to lighten the mood, and things like that. And Olivia was like, "Oh, okay, maybe he was joking, right? Maybe he was joking. Maybe I'm taking things out of proportion. You know what I'm saying? Maybe everything is not what that's in my mind." But if your intuition tells you something, bro, believe that shit. Always believe that shit. Sometimes your intuition don't be lying to you, and sometimes it does. But like the first thing that kind of pops in your mind is sometimes that's the truth. Sometimes that's the truth. You just need more evidence to find out that it is the truth. Right? So they come from the break about to record the second part. And Olivia says that Joe, he comes from the break, to lighten the mood. Joe talks about all their accomplishments, one by one. Tells Bridget her accomplishments, tells the other girl her accomplishments. I don't even know. I forgot what her name is. I don't care. And then when Joe comes to Olivia, he makes another joke about wanting to fuck her. Another joke about wanting to fuck her. And at this point, and she actually said, you won't actually see that in the video because they edit that part out. Only part they kept in was Olivia's eyes just pretty much like lit up. I'm gonna try to see if I can go through the actual video and find the parts for y'all. And put it in the video, in this video. But if not, I'll just make another video, putting all her evidence together. Because I know she's telling the truth, bro. I know she's telling the truth. I don't think this woman has anything to lie about. Pretty much like I said, Joe made another joke about wanting to fuck her, wanting to be with her. That part is cut out. At this point, Olivia was like, "Bro, I'm getting fucking sexually harassed, and all y'all niggas is doing is laughing at the shit." And at this point, she's laughing at it too, because she's just trying to save face, like she don't want to start no issues. But bro, she should have slapped the shit out of Joe. I don't give a damn if that is your manager, not your manager, but your boss. I don't know what the fuck Joe's problem is. I really don't. This nigga on some ego complex type shit. This nigga think he P. Diddy. This nigga, I'm the nigga on some Hove shit. I mean, Hove might, I don't know, I ain't gonna say that about Hove. But I know damn well Diddy will sexually harass bitches at his job. That Bad Boy. Fuck that. So then she goes on to say that she pretty much had to sit down with her daughter and tell her that, bro, if somebody, sexually harassing you, you tell the proper authorities, bro. Don't let nobody do that to you. But in her mind, as she's telling that to her daughter, she's kind of like, she's a hypocrite because she didn't do that herself. And she Olivia Dope says it herself. So it ain't just me making speculations, bro. It ain't just me making speculations. Like I said, I'm gonna add the video at the end. But bro, I believe Olivia. I believe Olivia 100%. I knew it was some shit going on when she left, because bro, I could tell the energy in that video, the vibe in that video was all the way off. Hell, let's go back to that hugging part. I'm not even done yet with the hugs that Joe talked to Olivia about giving everybody. That scene is still in there. You can see Joe kind of like moving his hips and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hugging her in a sexual way, and she was uncomfortable with that. Come the fuck on, Joe. What the come on, Joe. What the fuck is honestly wrong with you? What is wrong with you, bro? She don't want you. She don't want to be with you. She don't want a relationship with you. The only relationship that she want with you is a boss. Is a boss relationship, pretty much. A worker and a boss relationship. A relationship that a worker has with her boss. Him or her has with her boss. Him or her has with him or her boss. But this nigga Joe, like this shit, that video honestly creeped me the fuck out. It made me feel a type of way that I did not want to feel. Because I honestly, like I said, I knew she was telling the truth. And Joe, you better hope to God that she don't steal the fucking pants off your ass. She gonna take all them fucking fedora hats in your damn closet. It's not like you need them bitches anyways. You know what I'm saying? She gonna take all the damn incense in your damn house. Not like you need them anyways. All you be doing is be smelling the incense, sitting Indian style, and all that bullshit. This nigga Joe is a fucking creep. This nigga Joe is becoming everything that this motherfucker hates. The nigga hated how companies treat their employees, i.e. the Complex deal, i.e. the Spotify deal, i.e. the Slaughterhouse days. You hated that shit. And now you becoming everything that you fucking hate, nigga. Welcome, Joe. Welcome, Joe. You became the fucking villain. You thought you was the hero, nigga, but you're the actual villain. You ain't even an anti-hero. You a straight up villain. Welcome aboard, Joe. Welcome aboard, Joey. Welcome aboard. You fucking creep. You fucking dirty ass nigga. You fucking psychopath. You need to get that fucking shit together. You need some real fucking counseling and stop going to that fake ass bitch that you had in that goddamn episode. And I know damn well that ain't your real therapist. No. You need somebody that's gonna be straight up honest with you. You got too many yes men around your ass to fulfill your ego, to massage your ego. You got too many yes men around you, nigga. Your therapist ain't doing a right job. You need to fire that bitch. Sorry, excuse me for females that's listening to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't you know what I'm saying? I'm mad. Y'all are queens. I don't mean to call y'all bitches, but sometimes you just gotta let this shit out, bro. And then Olivia also talks about it was a particular person screenshotting the See the Thing Is podcast when they had like a group chat, I guess a little group message going on. And they over there sending screenshots of the messages to Joe. And I already know who damn well it is. It's fucking Bridget Kelly. I already know who it is. Just by singling out who the hell it is. Who's massaging Joe's ego the most, and it's fucking Bridget Kelly. It ain't that other girl, because Olivia also talks about after they did the podcast, they all went to the production room, and they all went to the production room. No, I think it was just Olivia and the other girl, not Bridget, the middle girl that be sitting in the middle and shit. They all went to the production room. looked at the video, and the girl was like, "Hey, bro, like I can see you was uncomfortable. Like these some sexual remarks. Like, do you want to leave these in? Like, are you sure you want to leave these in?" And her mind is like, "No, it's fine because everybody is laughing at it." You know what I'm saying? She may be thinking it was just a joke that she's kind of overthinking. That's how I knew it was Bridget. It was Bridget, bro. I don't know who the fuck Bridget thinks she is. You had like maybe 2 or 3 songs, and that was fucking it. Special Delivery, and then something else. And I think it was Special Delivery and Street Dreaming with Kendrick Lamar. And then you think you made it. Bitch, don't nobody care about you. Don't nobody give a damn about you. Let's be honest. Let's be straight up honest. Your music made it to love and hip hop, and now you think you the shit. No, bro, your shit's still trash. Don't nobody care about your shit, bro. Don't nobody care. Like even when Joe even announced her being on the show, I was like, damn, where the fuck she come from? Well, damn, where she been? I ain't seen nothing from her since like 2016. Not even 2016. Like 2000 like 14, 15. But anyways, I'm done with my rant. I'm done with Joe Budden and this bullshit. I'm done with all that shit. I can still make videos for y'all. But nigga, this nigga Joe was a certified fucking creep for this. I'm sorry. Certified creep. I'm sorry. But anyways, like I said, I'm gonna leave a video at the very end so y'all can watch it yourself. Y'all can hear it from the horse's mouth herself. She can give y'all the receipts, give her explanation, because I know I probably didn't do a good job, but you know what I'm saying, I tried my best with it. But yeah, I'm gonna leave her video. But this ain't even a banger, nigga. This is another video, bro. You know what I'm saying? This brother Jiraiya. Hopefully y'all have a blessed, good, productive day. Stay safe out there. Still corona and shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Mask up. Do everything y'all gotta do to keep yourself healthy, both mentally and physically. But I'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace.
Months anxiously debating with myself whether I feel comfortable enough to express my reasoning for my departure. I have to read this because it's a lot. After 3 long months of anxiously debating whether I feel comfortable enough to express my departure from the See the Thing Is podcast. I'm sorry. I don't even want to do it again. I just want to get this over with because like it's been a lot on my spirit. Yeah. I've had a lot of sleepless nights in the past couple of months. I have constant reminders of what has transpired, so I just kind of just have to bear with me as I try to get this out. My departure from See the Thing Is podcast, as well as the Joe Budden Network, I am here today to still uncomfortable, but find the bravery to finally speak on a very embarrassing situation. Not only to start my healing process, but to help give encouragement to others who have similar stories of sexual harassment in the workplace. On January 18th, 2021, Joe Budden sat in on a recording of the female-led podcast I was a part of and continuously made sexual suggestive remarks to me that made me extremely uncomfortable, as well as fearful of dampening the mood if I didn't laugh along while he made those sexual remarks to me. Those moments were not only, excuse me, those moments not only live on the internet forever, it also forced me in the decision of quitting the podcast. And I'm now in a place where it was traumatizing, embarrassing, And I've decided that I have to actually speak up, because not only was it important for me to walk away from it, it also is important for me to speak up, not only to help heal myself, but also to probably help others in the future and let them know that this probably wouldn't be the best situation for you to enter into working with this person. I'm sorry, I need a moment. Within these past 3 months, I'm gonna just be very frank. Within these past 3 months, after I left, I've been feeling stuck. Mentally, emotionally. I've even had to have a conversation with my daughter on why it's important for you to speak up when somebody crosses a boundary with you, because there is now footage of her mother on the internet with somebody crossing a boundary with her mother, and that's on there forever. And I want to lead by example and let her know that that is not how somebody should speak to you. And that also is a situation where if somebody does cross that line, you have to speak up. Everything that transpired in that episode happened while we were recording. Some of it was edited out. Some of it did stay in there. And I'm going to reiterate the timestamps of how everything transpired. I'm gonna go ahead and start from 13 minutes and 48 seconds. Joe calls me out by saying, "I've never reached out to him privately or personally." This information is important to this entire scenario because it proves my lack of familiarity with this person. And that is what makes everything that transpired after that so uncomfortable. Even though I tried my best to laugh through it, to not, like I said, dampen the mood of the room while we were recording. At 14 minutes 34 seconds, there's an edit in the recording because Joe says him and I should speak more because, quote, "he's been wanting to fuck me since we've met." Everyone in the studio, including production staff, laughed uncomfortably while one of my co-hosts confirmed that to be true. I am mortified by this revelation, not only because it's revealed while we are amongst the presence of all of the production staff, but it's also being done while we are also recording audio as well as visual. That scene was cut out and it jumps to Joe repeating, "We should speak more because we have the least dialogue." At 19 minutes and 26 seconds, another edit happens because Joe makes another suggestion to having sex with me. This is shown, Joseph makes another suggestion to have sex with me. That scene is edited out, and what is shown in right after that is me closing my eyes, saying no, and then he says, "Never mind." At 21 minutes, 30 seconds, Joe tells me to hit a button, bitch, because I didn't hit a sound effect fast enough. At 24 minutes and 54 seconds, Joe makes a comment that I am throwing my singleness in his face, and he thought we were going to be a network power couple. Once again, I'm trying to laugh all of this off. As it's transpiring, I reply by saying, sorry, Joe, we're not. At 25 minutes and 42 seconds, I make a comment about relationships in general within the conversation. Joe retorts that my shirt that I was wearing isn't buttoned like I'm single. Excuse me, I have to repeat that. My shirt that I'm wearing isn't buttoned like I'm single. I pause, cover my chest with my hand, and try to brush it off once again and continue the conversation. At 31 minutes, 42 seconds to about 35 minutes and change, Joe makes me feel like I'm in a hostile work environment by letting my co-host know that I am carrying the group because they don't dress sexy enough. Because now not only am I embarrassed for myself in being objectified, but also you're making other women that I have to work with on a regular basis uncomfortable by telling them they don't dress sexy enough. Like I said, this transpired while recording, in front of cameras, and in front of the entire production staff. So with that, I'm sorry. I pretty much react by looking away and looking down in discomfort several times, because he has also said this in the past, and it actually created a passive aggressive and competitive environment with myself and my former co-host, where she admittedly attempted to shut down every idea I brought to the table because it wasn't well received by Joe and Ian, his business partner. That same former castmate often relayed group chat conversations back to Joe, which I personally felt was done because she wanted to secure her spot as his favorite, because he's made it clear to the entire group that he favorites me. Fast forward, we usually take a pause for about 10 to 15 minutes during recording to kind of regroup and get to the next segment. During that break, I leave the studio to go inside of the green room where Joe is sitting there alone. He asked me if I was okay, and I just immediately said yes, to not even try to further any sort of conversation or uncomfortableness. He then tells me he's gonna come back and sit with us and just give an on-air hug to lighten the mood. I say, okay. Fast forward to 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 3 seconds into the show. Joe returns and he mentions us and just giving us our accolades as we've been doing good thus far. This scene is edited once again because, let me rephrase that, let me go back. He goes down the line to give everyone their accolades. He starts with Mandy, he goes to Bridget, and then once he gets to me, the scene is edited again because he says Olivia is unique because I want to fuck Olivia and the fans love her. That scene is edited out. Those words are edited out. But what's left there is me widening my eyes in shock and embarrassment because after he asked if I was okay, and he said he would come back to lighten the mood, I didn't think he would once again reference to wanting to have sex with me. At 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 5 seconds in the timestamp, Joe asked if he can give me an on-air hug. My co-host said yes, they insist, and I slowly get up to hug him. Still apprehensive, I give him a hug somewhat of a distance to kind of hug, no pelvis there. It's unbeknownst to me until I actually watched back the episode that he was moving his hips while he was hugging me. I laugh uncomfortably because I don't know what else to do at that point. It's nervous laughter at this point. Everyone else is like kind of chuckling, and I sit back down, and at 2 minutes, 17 seconds, and I'm trying to like just get all of this out because at 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 38 seconds, after I sit down after the on-air hug, I grab the microphone and I say, "This is uncomfortable." That's pretty much the end of the episode that was recorded. After the recording, Joe was asked while he was still in the room with everyone, if he wanted to delete the parts where he made passes at me. He said he didn't care. As long as I'm fine with it, then the entire room pretty much looks at me and said, I just say I'm fine with it too. Feeling pressured, I say I'm fine. A few minutes later, I was called back into the studio to see if I wanted to hear the unedited version again and decide if I really want to keep it in there. I listened to it again, and in my ears, it sounded like everyone was laughing. So who am I to say this needs to be taken out? I don't have much say in this situation. I've already been belittled in this situation by being sexually harassed and objectified. Because just to break from me having these bullet points, at the end of the day, that's what sexual harassment in the workplace especially is. Belittling someone, taking away their dignity in those moments of seeing them less than. So as much we can say these are jokes, I'm an employee. I didn't have a previous rapport with this person before coming onto this podcast. I didn't have any romantic relations with him, nor did I want to at any given point in time in my life. And many would probably ask, well, if you know the history of Joe Budden, well, why would you sign on to do something like that? Let me tell you right now, if you're going to work and your intention is just to go in and do your job, it should be just that, no matter who's there. If you have no dealings with this person, they even admit to having no outside conversations with you up until that point. At no time should anybody feel comfortable enough to say anything of that nature to you. I don't wish anything that happened to me in that moment on anyone, because like I said, it was extremely embarrassing. I am mortified that when people search Olivia Dope, the brand that I've spent 10 years at least building, that comes up. I am mortified that after I quit, I had to have a heart-to-heart conversation with the child I gave birth to I'm sorry, let this pass. It's New York. It's New York. I am mortified that I had to have a conversation with the child that I gave birth to, because she can find it on the internet, her friends can find it on her teachers can find it on the internet, and say, look, that's your mother being belittled and sexually harassed and called a bitch. And I had to explain to her that is not how someone speaks to you. And told her, if someone does do that, you have to speak up. But I didn't myself speak up until this point. So I was being a hypocrite. How can I tell my child, when someone sexually harasses you, you have to tell someone you have to speak up, and I'm not doing the same thing? So that is literally why I'm here today, to speak up for myself, start my healing process, like I said, and continue on with using my voice. There was attempts to intimidate, attempts to silence me. I can't be silenced. I absolutely cannot. After listening to the recording again, Joe wasn't there. I listened to the recording with some of the production staff members. Once again, everyone, chuckled. So I'm like, well, I mean, if everybody's chuckling, just keep that in there. It wasn't until one of my castmates, Mandy, informs me that although the audio sounds funny, I looked uncomfortable. She looked over me and she saw that I was uncomfortable. So she suggested that we shouldn't keep those moments in the episode. And I agreed, because I was uncomfortable. So they were edited out. I just wanted to speak my piece. It was really, really hard to even get up to this point. Sorry if I had to speak slow. Sorry if I had to stutter, and I just really had to take the time to really formulate what I was going to say and how I was going to say it, because there's so many thoughts that go through my head about this whole scenario, about the situation, that it's been hard to even get it out in front of this camera right now. At this point in time, I just recommend any woman that thinks about working with this person in any capacity, please think again. I should have walked into this situation doing a bit more research on how work environments are with him. I should have taken heed to the accusations that have been in the past, even though they are more so in his personal life. Those should have been red flags for me as well. But at the end of the day, regardless of all of that, no one should ever feel comfortable enough to speak the way that person spoke to me. Ever. No one should ever feel comfortable enough to make a workplace environment completely hostile and toxic the way that person did. No one should ever feel like they can be sexually explicit and suggestive, not only to you while you're coming in just trying to work, but also in front of the entire production staff to belittle you. It should never happen. After I left, once I decided to quit, I informed my lawyer my lawyer got on a phone call with his lawyer and informed his lawyer that these are the reasons why my client is leaving this network. She will not be returning. Once my lawyer informed his lawyer, I then informed my castmates via text, explaining to them that I am not built for the Joe Budden network. My apologies to them, but I've prayed on it, I've meditated on it, but this is just not the right fit for me. No one responded in that moment, and I was removed from the group chat. But I did speak to both of them a week after. Also, after my departure, Joe then went on his podcast and made this statement. Excuse me, hold on one second. Joe made this statement on his podcast.
Enough of this Karen looking like a daddy. Shit.
HR, Joe, HR.
I need to be like Ross. See, if Ross, was you ever hiring women? Nah, I'm gonna fuck the bitches.
The funniest part ever.
Shout out to Ross.
Is that it?
No, he said it.
I'm about to say, that was like almost a direct quote.
He said that shit.
If I hire any women, I'm going to want to fuck them bitches, is what he said after my departure from the podcast. I'm saying this situation one time and one time only. I have to just do this to start my healing process, because if I sit and let this fester inside of me any longer, I will not be good. I don't even know what to say at this point. I pretty much said my piece. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna take a social media break after this, because yeah, I wish everybody love, peace, and that's it. But I'm gonna be doing what I need to do to move on from this situation, and signing off.